Hello everybody, welcome once again to Statesman.com and another edition of the High School Blitz. I'm Tony Atkins here with Davis and Rick Cantu. Week 11 has passed and the playoffs are upcoming. Let's give out some game balls. Who are you going to give a game ball to for Week 11?
I'm going out to Cedar Ridge High School. David Racine is a senior wide receiver. Cedar Ridge had their back against the wall this past weekend. They needed to beat Westwood and get a little help from Hendrickson, but David caught 2 touchdown passes and a 28-21 win over Westwood. Cedar Ridge has actually been playing with 2 quarterbacks since their starter went down and caught a touchdown pass from both of them. So Cedar Ridge wins, Hendrickson wins too. So Cedar Ridge goes to the playoff. They'll play Bowie, and David actually had 2 touchdown catches last year in a playoff game against Bowie, so we'll see what he does again on Friday.
I'll make it short and sweet. Travis Brennan from Vandergrift, only a junior, running back, 302 yards, 4 touchdowns. You know the final score, 63-62, the score that will remain in infamy probably for Georgetown for years to come. He's got 22 touchdowns this year, 1,800 yards rushing. He's been a beast. I think he might be a Player of the Year candidate.
Yeah, I agree. He's had a big year. Now let's move on to what we learned this past week. The regular season is over. What did you learn?
I'll actually stay at the same game Rick was just at. The losing team in that game was Georgetown, and Georgetown missed the playoffs because of that loss. Georgetown actually went 7-3 this year. Their 3 losses were by combined 7 points. Sometimes football it's unfair and things aren't fair when you look at Smithville or Taylor getting with 2 wins, or you think Georgetown, you probably put them in any other district, 6A or 5A, and they'd be contending for a district championship. But they just came up short this year. At one point of the season, they were ranked 3rd in the state, and just a couple close losses against Cedar Park, Eastview. They decided to go for 2 points in that Vandergrift game with about 16 seconds left, and just came up short. And those kids are going to be thinking about that for a long time, but that's just how they roll sometime.
And 4-6 probably never sounded so good as to the Reagan Raider football team. These are the best of times for Reagan football. It's been 11 years since they were in the playoffs. 11 years ago, they finished 6-5. I was stunned by how good their defense was. They gave up 14 quick points to Crockett and then 7 more in the second quarter and a shutout in the second half. Reagan's probably not going to win a playoff game. They're playing Cedar Park, one of the best teams in the area. But that didn't matter to those kids on Friday night. These were the best of times. It had been a long, dry spell, and Reagan has a lot to be proud of.
All right, well, that's what we learned this week. Keep checking back in at statesman.com to see what happens in the playoffs.